Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you today? So, I have a pick a card reading for you today, and this was a requested topic. What message does your most prominent past life self have for you today? Okay, so you have three options: pile A, B, and C. And on this channel, I'm being guided to have you feel the energy of each pile in order for you to select which one is for you. So, let's go ahead and get started. Take some slow, deep breaths. And I'd like you to connect to the energy of pile A and just allow yourself to feel that energy as you inhale slow and deep and exhale slowly, okay? And just connect to that energy and feel and be spirit led into knowing if pile A is the pile for you. Okay, so we're going to move on to pile B, doing the same thing. Slow, deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And just allow yourself to be spirit led into knowing if pile B is the pile for you. And moving along to pile C, same. Inhale slow and deep. And exhale. And just allow yourself to be spirit led into knowing if pile C is the pile for you. Now, at this point, if you have not selected your pile yet, go ahead and pause the video and just repeat that. Just take those slow, deep breaths, connecting to pile A, B, or C. And then when you have been spirit led into knowing which pile is for you, go ahead and press play and listen to your message, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. I appreciate you so much. And for return subscribers, welcome back. Welcome back. So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile A, what message does your most prominent self from a past life have for you today? So you have fruition and 37 equals 10. You also have yellow jasper, and this card came in reverse, control issues. It says utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Okay. You also have gratitude, and you have hope. Okay, so Paul A., what I'm receiving, the message that your most prominent past life self has for you is it's time for you to understand that everything you've worked on in each of your past lives, it is coming into fruition if you allow it. What Spirit is saying, it's time for you to release those unnecessary fears that you're carrying based on experiences that you've experienced over your lifetimes, right? You may be in a place where you're hypersensitive to feeling like people are out to get you, or you may be very distrusting, or you may be in hermit mode more often than what serves your highest good, because you're shielding yourself and protecting yourself from what you perceive to be the pains that the world dishes, right? And although we know the world does dish a lot of pain, what your past life self is telling you is that it's time for you to remember your power. And although the world may dish the pain, it only becomes your pain when you accept it or you allow it, right? Spirit is also having me to connect with your past life self. And what I'm being told to tell you is I'm literally hearing keep hope alive, right? That hope is you trusting in your divinity, you understanding what you deserve, you understanding where you are on your journey and what you're being called to do right now, today. I'm being told to tell you to connect more with your most prominent past life self, because there are a lot of messages and lessons that you have for yourself, right? That's lodged in your cellular memory, but until you connect with that version of you, those messages are not being delivered. So your most prominent past life self would like for you to begin connecting to self more, that version of you, bringing that wisdom, right, from that version of you into your today life. Because what I'm being told is that version of you made a lot of what you would call or perceive as mistakes. And in reality, what those mistakes were doing was teaching lessons, was bringing wisdom, right? Wisdom that's within you that you're being called to now access because you're ready. Now, as far as the control issues, what I'm being told to tell you is to release it, right? Release it. You are always in control when you're tapped into your inner divinity, right? You're always in control when you're tapped into your inner divinity. How do you tap into your inner divinity? You do so by loving yourself more self-love, more self-care, right? Looking at yourself with curiosity as opposed to judgment. And gratitude. Spirit is saying gratitude is huge, and your most prominent past life self is saying that gratitude is a huge part of who you are. And by expressing gratitude, being in gratitude, showing gratitude, you are really putting yourself in a I'm hearing a prominent, powerful place of power, right? So gratitude is such a huge part of who you are. And it's important for you to remain in gratitude. So even when things feel like they're going downhill or they're not vibing high, finding the areas of gratitude within those circumstances, within those situations will help pull you out of it, right? And as I'm saying, pull you out of it, your most prominent past life self would like you to know and understand that they are always with you, guiding you, showing you, revealing to you, and loving you and supporting you, right? And as I'm saying that, your prominent past life self is saying, and so are the other versions of you. There are so many lessons that you've learned and you've gained great wisdom. It's time for you to really see yourself for the divine being that you are. That is the huge, biggest message that's coming through it. It's time for you to see yourself as the divine being that you are. You're worthy and deserving, and you've got this. Okay, so that is the message for you, Pal A, from your most prominent past life self. If it resonated, leave me a comment, let me know how. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to share this video with those that would like to know what message their most prominent past life self has for them. I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you, and I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Pal B. So let's see what message your most prominent past life self has for you today. Okay, so you have extremes and the number 7, extremes. You also have sapphire, easy does it. It says your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. Okay. You also have Phoenix. And listen, notice both of these two cards bring in the fire element. So you may have fire in your chart, or you may be called to connect with the element of fire in your magical workings, your magical practice. You may be called to cleanse yourself more. You may be called to burn whatever contracts, soul contracts that you have that are not serving you. Whichever of these things I just stated that resonates with you, do it, okay? Your most prominent past life self would like you to know, still I rise, still I rise, still you rise, still we rise, right? You are still rising. And you also have transformation, right? Transformation. So what your most prominent past life self would like you to know is you have a tendency to be very extreme. You're either extreme all in or extreme not in at all. And what your past life self is telling you is it's time for you to allow this transformation to happen with ease and grace. Just find balance. Just find a happy medium, right? Release those extremes. Burn that contract, that soul contract where you feel that's the only way you can exist, and allow yourself to embrace this transformation that is upon you. What your most prominent past life self would also like you to know is time is relative, right? Release the constraints of time, because by putting a time frame on your healing, on your transformation, you're actually slowing yourself and hindering yourself. So what I'm being told to tell you is once you make that decision to transform, to heal, to create the shift in your life, then do it at your soul's pace, right? Now, if you're someone that is on the fence about beginning the journey, now your most prominent past life self is saying, do that now, right? Do that now. Don't procrastinate. However, once you put yourself in the midst of transforming, don't rush it. Allow yourself to gain everything that your soul has chosen to gather during this time. during this time. Also, you have a tendency to be really hard on yourself, and your most prominent past life self is saying to stop that. That is something that you have carried with you, and it's time for you to free yourself from that extreme, right? It's time for you to free yourself. And what your most prominent past life self would like you to know is you deserve peace. You deserve peace and you deserve happiness. So it's time for you to fight for your peace, fight for your happiness by setting healthy, and I'm hearing, and strong boundaries, right? Healthy and strong boundaries. So the main message that your most prominent past life self would like you to know is that you're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. Just let the divine timing of it all be your guide. Just be in flow, right? Be in flow and understand what you deserve, which is peace and happiness. And understand that you have the power to create that for yourself through your strong and healthy boundaries. Okay. So Paul B, that is your message, really straightforward and to the point. Again, remember to bring in that fire element, even if, like you see, I have this candle lit right here, light some candles and allow yourself to really just connect with the flame, right? Connect with the flame. And then of course, those other things, if they resonate, do those things. Okay. If this resonated with you, Paul B, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know how, and give the video a thumbs up. And also be sure to share it. Be sure to share it with whomever you feel would like to know what message their most prominent past life self has for them. I thank you so much for subscribing, and I thank you for allowing me to serve you. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Pal C, let's see what your most prominent past life self, what message your most prominent past life self has for you. So you got will, and I just heard, where there's a will, there's a way. You got will, divine will, willpower. You also have rubelite, and it says passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. You also got imagination, and you got conflict and defeat. Okay, so what I'm receiving is you have experienced conflict and defeat in many of your past lives, right? You may even have found that in this lifetime, before your journey, or even during your journey in the beginning, you felt conflict and defeat in many areas. But what your most prominent past life self would like you to know is that your willpower is strong, and your determination to fulfill the will of your soul is strong. You are now understanding what your purpose is, and you're very passionate about that. And what has helped you to get out of those moments of conflict and deceit is, or defeat, is your imagination, right? Your imagination. Now, what I'm being told to tell you is that you are very powerful in manifesting, but visualization is your most powerful form of manifesting. So your most prominent past life self would like you to increase your visualization game, right? Get on it. They are telling me to tell you, you are telling me to tell you that it's important for you to visualize regularly when you find yourself faced with what feels like a problem or something that's problematic. In addition to action, utilize your will to manifest and create, right? Or to remove yourself or end cycles that don't serve you by but I was going to say through visualization and by visualizing. I'm hearing it both ways. So yes, that is very strong and powerful for you. A lot of times people create vision boards, and their vision board stays the same for a really long time. You may have a moving vision board. What that means is, let's say this week you're working on something, or you find yourself in a situation and you're choosing to manifest your way out of it. Well, create a vision board that's specifically for that. And when you're out of it, then change it to something else, right? So using visualization is a powerful tool. Also, what I'm being told to tell you is you have a strong enthusiasm about why you're here, but oftentimes you don't allow the world to see that or feel that. And what spirit is telling me to tell you through your most prominent past life self is it's time for you to allow the world to feel your passion and to see how enthusiastic you are about your beliefs. Now, here's the thing. You may have been hiding because in past lives, you have experienced conflict and defeat. People have attacked you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically for standing up for what you believe in. But what your most prominent past life self would like you to know is that you are safe and you have the power of all your ancestors behind you and all the past versions of you behind you protecting you. You also have angels protecting you, guardian angels that are guarding you, gatekeepers that are keeping you safe. And they're just calling on you to be strong and stand up for what you believe. So, your most prominent past life self is telling you not to worry about anything. Don't worry, release fear, and use your gift of visualization to create the world that you're choosing to live in, right? When I say the world you're choosing to live in, it starts with your own personal world. So start there, creating the world that you're choosing to live in, and everything else will flow accordingly, okay? So that is your message, pal C. I was like, wait, did I tell you were 3 or C? You see. You see, see? Okay, now I'm being corny. Now I'm being corny. So that's letting me know we done here. But anyways, I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. If this resonated with you at all, Pal C, leave me a comment letting me know how and give the video a thumbs up. And also be sure to share this video with anyone who you know would love to know what their most prominent past life self has to say to them. Okay, have a great day. Thank you for subscribing. And I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. I'll talk to you soon.